America has a race problem, and by America, I mean the media, and by problem, I mean obsession. Take a look at this article from the New York Times. Senior black executives depart Amazon as it names new consumer boss. It goes on to say, two of Amazon's most senior black executives are departing the company, according to four people familiar with the change, leaving Amazon without any black leaders on its senior leadership team, which includes more than 24 executives responsible for running the company. Now, nowhere in this article does it claim that there is any racism or wrongdoing associated with the departure of these two black executives, only that they're leaving Amazon to pursue opportunities outside the company. But the insinuation is clear that Amazon is somehow a racist organization. Although buried near the very bottom of the article, the New York Times acknowledges Amazon said it doubled the number of black employees in the United States at the director and vice president levels in 2020, and by almost 70% more in 2021. About 70% of Amazon's U.S. workforce, largely its hourly workers that power its operations, are not white. So in truth, Amazon has become more diverse, not less diverse, but of course a lot of media outlets picked up on the attention-grabbing headline. Amazon's diversity struggles, writes USA Today. Two top black executives leave Amazon amid changes in leadership. Amazon has no black executives on its top leadership council. Now look, if Amazon were actively rejecting qualified candidates of color, that would be a problem, but there's no indication that that's the case. In fact, we're talking about a company here that openly tracks and releases data on the gender and race of its global workforce and also tracks any correlating pay disparities. But all of that aside, and to speak about this more broadly, why are we obsessed with the idea that the color of someone's skin is somehow a job qualification? The only job where the color of your skin should be considered a qualification is if you're like the head of the NAACP. That job should definitely only go to a black person. Now, diverse life experiences and viewpoints are always good if you're trying to build a strong team, but not if it means rejecting qualified candidates simply because you're trying to hire people based on something as insignificant as the pigment of their skin. Like when Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris as his running mate because he promised to choose a woman and Democrats urged him to make it a woman of color. And now Democrats are kind of stuck in 2024 because they have an aging president and a vice president who has proven herself woefully unprepared for the job. Or let's take White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, who is lauded as the first openly gay and first black person to serve as the press secretary. How's that going?
You know, there's no working theory on our part.
It's not going well. And of course, you're going to have times when a black person is the most qualified person for a job, but it has nothing to do with the color of their skin. For example, Joe Biden made his SCOTUS nominee about race when it didn't need to be. By saying at the onset he was going to pick a black woman, he made the nomination of Ketanji Brown Jackson about race when arguably she was more than qualified for the job based on her resume. So yes, America has a race problem. But the problem is that we can't stop obsessing over it. If you like this video, make sure to become an undivided subscriber to help us grow this mission to give common sense a comeback. You can do that in two ways, at patreon.com/undivided or by becoming a contributor on my Locals community, brandikruse.locals.com. Thank you to the founding sponsor of Undivided, 1530 Mortgage. Visit them at 1530mortgage.com.